live from Wentzville for the Arctic Blast Tournament Championship game. It is a rematch of last night's group play finale between the Southern Illinois IceHawks and the Kirkwood Stars. And last night was a fun one, 2-2 tie, so it's appropriate that these two teams get to do it again today with the championship on the line. Settle that tie from last night. It was not certain that the IceHawks would go through after their ties. Here come your Kirkwood Stars onto the ice. IceHawks had to sweat out the result from the final game in the group between the Texas Brahmas and the Pekin Dragons, but it went their way, and so the IceHawks do advance for this rematch. IceHawks are an A2 team here in the St. Louis area. They started out in Kirkwood's A3 division before the season, but during declaration games, Missouri Hockey moved them up to the A2 division. So it's not my opinion, it is Missouri Hockey's opinion that this IceHawks team is a cut above Kirkwood and the rest of the A3 division that they play in. But Kirkwood certainly had something to say about that last night. Played a very even game with this IceHawks team, not just even on the scoreboard 2-2, but even on the ice as well. There was a stretch where the IceHawks dominated in a big way. They had a power play late in the first period, scored the opening goal of the game on that, but then the rest of the period, even as Kirkwood came back to full strength, the IceHawks carried the momentum from that power play and really had Kirkwood pinned in their own end for the rest of that period. And that momentum carried in to the start of the second period as well. And at that point in the game, with Southern Illinois ahead 1-0 and just totally dominating possession and pressure, it looked like they were indeed a cut above this Kirkwood team. But later in that second period, Kirkwood found the pushback that they needed, and they started to level the play on the ice, started actually to have the upper hand themselves, and really battled back into that game and showed they can not only skate with this IceHawks team, but they can play with them. They could even beat them. It was David Kukla finding the initial equalizer on a rebound attempt. Shot came in, and he was there in the right place, right time to get the rebound. He converted that chance. IceHawks then took a 2-1 lead on another power play goal, and it was Liam Gale for Kirkwood finding the second equalizer to pull the game even once again. Had a really nice shot, beat the goalie cleanly. So that was the pushback Kirkwood needed to show not only to get the result they needed. The tie was all they needed to get through here today, but more than the result, it just proved to everybody in this arena last night that these two teams probably belong in the same division. They played a very even game on the ice. So even though the IceHawks carry the A2 label and these Kirkwood Stars carry the A3 label, they are very close as far as competitors go. We'll see that here again today, I'm almost certain. Star of the weekend has been number 30 there, Rory Murray in goal. She has found a new level of play this weekend. It started against the Pekin Dragons under heavy fire and pressure for most of that game, and she just had spectacular save after spectacular save. Pitched a shutout the next day against Afton Americans, and then played another strong game between the pipes last night. She has really carried this Kirkwood club into this championship game. She'll need to do it again if Kirkwood wants to skate away with the banner and first place medals. But we're set here for the championship game, ready to drop the puck. It is Liam Gale taking the draw. IceHawks going to get the first rush of the game here. Will get to stick to it, top of the slot, and it sneaks out to center ice, and he loses an edge. Here comes Kirkwood's forecheck, passing to Liam. Oh, it's blocked. What a chance for Kirkwood early here. Opportunistic, but they couldn't convert. Great look at goal from Liam, and here comes Southern Illinois the other way. Hawks are in. Can't turn the corner, goes behind the goal instead. Looking to center, drops it to the point. And it will be Bryson chasing it back to the corner, up the boards to Jaden. Tries to get it to Will at center ice, misses the mark. So IceHawks reload in their own end. IceHawks are in, wrapping it around the boards. Jacobs there for Kirkwood, sends it up, but nobody's over there in a white jersey. Here's Leo. Can't get it out now. He does. IceHawks skating back in. So the IceHawks are controlling possession here early. They've had much more offensive zone time than Kirkwood. They're wanting to establish the form they had at the end of the first period last night. We'll see if Kirkwood can find the same pushback that they had in that game. As this one goes the length of the ice for icing. Still scoreless early here. As Kirkwood gets fresh skaters, it is David Kukla wearing the captaincy today after his first goal of the game last night for Kirkwood. The initial equalizer. Here's Aiden bursting forward, and he gets caught up there right inside the blue line. Puck goes high into the air behind the goal. Bryson's on it for Kirkwood. He's gonna send it up the boards. It's stolen there. Hawks skating in. Toe saved by Rory. And we have a whistle against Kirkwood. Tripping is the call. So there you see Rory Murray making another huge save for the Stars, getting that toe to it to keep the puck out. But Bryson goes to the box, and IceHawks will have the first power play of the game. David winning the draw over to Aiden. Long shot coming well wide into the corner. Bodie sends it up the boards. David trying to get it out. He draws a penalty. Delayed penalty as Aiden Lamb's away on a break. Shot. Saved. David on the follow. And now they blow the whistle. They did get a stick to it. Usually you have to have possession to end the delayed penalty, but in either case, and coinciding tripping call here. So Kirkwood got to drain 20 seconds of that penalty clock on Bryson on the delayed penalty, and now they will have 20 seconds of power play after a minute and 10 of 4-on-4. This one slides all the way. Icing was waved off. I guess they didn't think Kirk would make a much of an attempt to get a stick to that one. So it comes up the ice to Liam. He does get it out. Battle for it below us. Here's Will on the forecheck. Liam on the other side of the net. Here's Blake crashing down. They get by him. Defense is back here. 24 seconds on Bryson's penalty before Kirkwood will get an abbreviated power play. Here's Liam at center ice. He's taking on 3 Hawks himself. Going into the corner, centering to Will. He gets a shot. Goalie gets a pad to it. And Bryson's about to come out of the box here, so Kirkwood starts 20 seconds of power play time. Blake tying it up in the corner. Here comes Jacob crashing in, stealing the puck, passing it out of the zone. That should not be, well, that is icing. I was gonna say, the way that they've called previous clearances, I thought they would wave that off like they did the others, as it seemed like IceHawks were in position to maybe get a stick to it, but they do call icing on this one, so it comes back to Kirkwood's side of the rink. They have 3 seconds left of the man advantage. IceHawks dig it down into the corner. They return to full strength in front of the net. Puck goes wide. Long shot, stand-up blocker save by Rory. Bryson in behind the goal. There's Jacob helping out as well. He digs it out, up to Leo. Held in at the point. Sent back down low. Bryson will try that same side. It's Leo. Hawks switch it to the weak side. Gavin up the boards and out. Now Jacob's on it. Here's Jackson in support. Gets a shot. Follow. Goes behind the goal. That was Leo on the rebound. Jackson getting it to him in the slot over his stick. Can't get anything on it. IceHawks coming the other way. Broken up by Bryson. And here come the IceHawks. Shot is blocked. Gavin sends it up to Leo. IceHawks steal it there. Gavin gets a stick to it. Another. Bounces back into the corner. Bryson trying that same side. Held in at the point. Long bouncing shot to Rory. Rebound. Wrap around. Good stick by Gavin to sweep that one away. And it sneaks out to neutral ice. IceHawks turn it around. Coming back in. Shot. Fans on the attempt. It slides wide. Blake's on it in the corner. Up to Leo. Blake supports it. Battle for it there. It comes loose into the corner. IceHawks center, top of the slot, shot coming, bouncing in front of Rory, another toe save, it's still loose. David pushes it over, but he passed Leo out of his reach, it comes back low, another wraparound, denied. Got Sam Hughes back on the ice for Kirkwood. He missed the first 2 days of the tournament with an illness. Rory defending without a stick, it's behind her goal. She goes to get it as the puck leaks out into the Hawk territory. Rory back in net with her stick as here comes another Southern Illinois rush. Centering. Defense did just enough to break that one up. Centering pass to Aiden. He backhands it into the zone. Here comes Aiden on the forecheck following his own dump in. Nice stick by Liam to win the puck back for Kirkwood. And Bodie keeps it in as well. He sends it low. That's wrapping around to Aiden in the corner. Centering through everyone. Bodie, slap shot. It goes wide. Re-centered. Liam whiffs. Here's Bodie again sending it low. IceHawks will skate it out. Bryson back for it. Wrapping it around to Aiden. Aiden working through traffic. Now gets it out to Will. Liam supporting up ahead to Will. He's one-on-one with the defender. goes behind the goal, wraps around to Gavin at the point. He sends a shot in. Kick save in the face-off circle by a defender. And Bryson crashes in. Hard contact there. Hawks are coming in on a 2-on-2 rush. Now 2-on-1. Backhand. Rory closes the door. And again, another huge kick save by Rory Murray. She got the pad out. Not once, but twice to keep us scoreless here. And this one bounces in on a deflection. Hawks strike first. That was a soft bouncing shot from the point. It sent Rory going one way. It was deflected another. At that point, Rory was already sliding the wrong direction and couldn't stop herself. So shot from inside the blue line goes in on a deflection in front of the goal, and Southern Illinois takes a 1-0 lead just like they did last night in the 2-2 tie. This is about the same time they found that first goal as well. Did it on the power play last night, even strength here today. As Bodie pinches in deep. Leo trying to turn it around. Blake's back forward at center ice. Ice Hawks can't find the exit. Here comes the Kirkwood forecheck. Jackson in the corner. Hawks skated out. Building speed into the zone. Long bouncing shot. Goes behind the goal. Blake in the corner, digging it out, chipping it up the boards, gets it to Jacob. Hawks steal it there, but good stick by Jacob. Breaks Jackson loose a little bit, but a good stick by the defense. Stops that attack, and here are the Hawks coming the other way. Look at Blake break that up. Great play on defense, and he's skating forward himself. He's gonna drop it to Leo. Jackson in, battling for it. Puck lifted high and sliding all the way. Rory will stop it for Gavin, who sends it up. Hawks recollect at center ice, skating in with speed. Long shot, reaching out. Glove save by Rory. I usually comment how she'll take those kinds of shots all day. The long-range shots with no traffic in front are a goalie's best friend, but she had to stretch out for that one to get it into the glove. Think it was going in if she didn't get to it, but we stay 1-0 Hawks. Back to the point, thought about shooting it, thought better of it, drops it off to the winger, skating into the face-off circle. Sam gets a stick to it and chips it out. He's skating in, tried to switch it. It got broken up there. Hawks navigating Kirkwood's forecheck. Now they make a move to find the exit. That's Bryson missing on the pass. David steals it inside the blue line. It does leak out to Sam here on the wing. Sam still coming forward. He'll get to it first in the corner. David tried to do a slap shot on the loose puck, but it was broken up by a defender, and Bryson is blocked as well. Back to David in the corner, centering, picked off. Gavin coming in for the pinch. They pass around him, and now switch to the weak side. David with the back check to break it up. They still come through. And we're gonna have a tripping penalty. Looks like against Bryson again. David hustling back on the back check. Looked like Southern Illinois was going to be free on a rush there, and David comes swooping in out of nowhere to break up the play, but once again, Bryson gets called for the tripping penalty, his second of the game. So IceHawks will finish this period on the power play, already up 1-0. Long shot, partially blocked. Rory there on the near post. Short side, here's Jaden getting it to Liam, shorthanded on a break. Makes a move, takes a shot, hits the goalie's pads. Good shorthanded look from Liam there. Like that rush. But here, they got to get back because IceHawks are coming with speed through the neutral zone. And Bodie lifts a stick to break up the centering pass. IceHawks battle for it and win it behind the goal. Comes loose into the slot. Blake's on it for Kirkwood. Chips it out. 20 seconds left here in the first period. 29 seconds left on the power play. So if Kirkwood can keep this scoreless for the rest of the game clock of this period, the IceHawks will still have a very short amount of time left on the man advantage to start period number 2 as they win the draw back to the point. Over to Jackson. Hawks still on possession. In the corner, makes a move, comes in close. Rory closes the door. And the clock runs out on the first period. Dangerous look from Southern Illinois right at the end of the period, winning the puck out of the corner, skating right to the doorstep. Rory was there, standing strong. So Hawks lead 1-0 here at the first intermission. They will have 8 seconds of power play to start the second period. They have looked like the slightly stronger side here on the ice. Don't keep the possession statistics, obviously, but my estimation is they've had the better half of that. But Kirkwood doing what they can to find pushback. This is kind of what the game looked like last night in the 2-2 tie, where the Hawks started to claim the upper hand down the stretch of the end of the first period and into the second. And then it was the second period when Kirkwood found the pushback it needed to level that game. We'll see if this one plays out the same way or if the IceHawks will continue to have the upper hand through the second period. Kirkwood has had several chances. Most of them have been on a counter-attacking style, breaking out of the pressure in their own end and then getting out on a transition rush. That's when they've looked the best so far. Haven't been afforded the chance to really set up camp in the offensive zone, but they have looked dangerous when going with speed through neutral ice and working direct towards the net. Here's Jackson on the draw. IceHawks win it. Come forward, 3 seconds left on the man advantage. Shot pops up and Kirkwood turns to full strength. Jacob on the puck, wraps it around. Picked off by David, skates it out, makes a move. Finds Will on the wing. He tries to cut it back, supported now by Gavin. He'll go in deep as a defenseman. Will rotates back to his spot at the point. Big battle in the corner. It comes loose to a Kirkwood jersey. That's Jackson. Turning it around, centering. It's Will in the slot. Couldn't get a stick to it. And Hawks come the other way. Gavin up the boards to Will, trying to fight it out. He can't. Held at the line by Southern Illinois. Puck goes loose into the face-off circle. Shot goes behind the goal. Turned around. David steals it there. And what a pass to Will on the wing. Tape to tape from David. Will, I thought he had a chance to shoot. David tries to center it back to him. That's picked off, held in. Good, strong stick at the line by Bodie. Flipped up and out by Southern Illinois. And Blake goes back for it. Changes direction. Goes down. No penalty there. Here's Jackson. Skating against two Hawks. Can't get around him. David sends it deep. Jackson coming in on the forecheck. Leo grabs a loose puck. Now Southern Illinois is coming with speed 2-on-1. Second pass misses. It's Mark. Blake struggling to find the puck behind the goal. Wrap around. Oh, Rory got the pad over. I thought that was open, but it was closed today with Rory Murray in goal. Battle for it, still behind. Turning it around in the slot, couldn't get the shot off. And Bryson trying to dig it out. Battle for it on the boards. Aiden's in there with Bryson. Now the puck comes loose. IceHawks switch it to the weak side. Aiden's on it. IceHawks clog it up again. Kirkwood can't find the exit. It goes deep to Bodie. Up that same side. Bryson loses it. Hawks coming in deep. Looking for that centering pass. Dropping it, picked off by Aiden. He's turning it around, trying to build speed. Losing the puck there on the far boards. Hawks come up that same side. Bryson's on it. Sends it low as Aiden comes in on the forecheck. Got to stick to it, but couldn't win the puck. Fresh legs coming on the ice for Kirkwood. Liam. Now Jacob sends it up to center ice. Southern Illinois is there. Here comes Sam breaking in. Shooting. Save. No rebound. Sam Hughes with the best look at goal of the game for Kirkwood. He missed the first 2 days of the tournament, out with an illness, back on the ice today. He saw an opening there and broke through the blue line with the puck. Got deep into the slot before shooting, but goalie got a glove to it and squeezed it and keeps Kirkwood scoreless. Southern Illinois keeps their 1-0 lead here with 9 minutes to go in the second period. IceHawks coming the other way. Jaden got to stick to it, breaks up the shot. This one gets all the way to Rory. She gloves it. Before that rush by Kirkwood at the other end, back here, Rory, I don't know how she got over to that wraparound. I saw the Hawks coming around behind the goal, and that post that they were going for looked pretty well open. I thought it was going to be a goal, but no idea how Rory got over at the very last second to keep that out. But that's what she's been doing all weekend. This one goes off a skate in the slot. Jaden up ahead. Great pass to Will. Broken up there. Jaden sends it deep. Will gets boarded. That's got to be a penalty. Oh my goodness. How is that not a penalty? Will just got absolutely crushed from behind into the boards. No penalty. Ref was right there. He saw every bit of it. Now pass out to center ice. It's replay on. Hawks 2-on-2. Shot goes well wide behind the goal. Jacob. His pass is broken up. Now Jaden This one bounces off the side of the goal. Gavin's back for it, up to Jaden. Behind the goal and up the boards to Southern Illinois. Back behind Rory. Jacob, strong on the stick, wins the puck there, gets it up to Jaden. He flips it out. This is gonna slide all the way on goal. And they cover, had plenty of time and space to play that puck, but decided to keep the glove on it. So a reluctant whistle from the referee, seeing that Kirkwood was on a change, gave that goalie every chance he needed to keep the puck live, but kept the glove on it, so got the whistle, and Kirkwood will take the offensive zone face-off here as they were changing out their lines during all of that. Puck goes wrapping around up the other side. Out to Bodie. He's got to wait for his teammates to get onside. They do. Bodie carries it in. Squeezed on the boards by Sam. He sends it catty corner. And Hawks send it out. Blake's back for it. Hawks at center ice. Picked off by Sam. Back to Bodie. Now Leo, and now up to David. Chips it around, his man on the wing, centering. Broken up by the defense. Hawks coming the other way. Turning around there, Bodie. And now Blake gets a stick to it. Into the corner, centering on the back door. Couldn't find the handle. Back door looked open there. And that's going to be a high stick against Kirkwood. Won't be a visit to the penalty box, but it will bring the face-off back into their defensive zone. So 1-0 Southern Illinois, 5:55 left here in the second period. Kirkwood has had a bit of a pushback in this period, but I'd still say Ice Hawks have had the upper hand in this second stanza like they did at the end of the first. Puck goes back to Jacob. Sends it up to Jackson, tries to find Aiden, picked off by Southern Illinois. They come in, turning it around, dropping it to the point. Back down low, broken up and taken away by Bryson. Tried to go to Jackson on that same side, misses him. Puck goes the length of the ice for icing. So 5:16 now left here in the second period. Bryson in the face-off circle for the Stars. He's got Gavin on his left, Aiden and Jackson and Jacob are all on his right. Here comes Jackson, has a little bit of a window. Defense catches up to him. He gets a half-hearted shot off. This is gonna come back to Gavin at the point. Time to send it back deep. Jacob coming in, deep as the defenseman. Bryson rotates back behind him. Jackson coming in to help dig it out of the corner. Back to the boards. Bryson again, sends it deep. It wraps around behind the goal. Southern Illinois is there. Good stick by Jackson to send that back low. Hawks will try the other side. Bryson takes it away. But now the Hawks work it out to neutral ice. Jacob and Gavin are back for Kirkwood there. Bryson gains the blue line, trying to turn the corner, centering pass, he fans on it, in front, goal! Aiden Lamb ties the game! We are level! Bryson winning the puck deep on these near side boards, carried it behind the goal, trying to turn the corner, looking for the centering pass. Looked like he fanned on an attempt, not sure if that was intentional or not. Either way, he sticks with it, goes around to the other side, wraps it around, finds Aiden Lamb wide open right in front of the crease, and he buries it to tie this game. Bodie exit is picked off and sent right back onto Rory's pads. She keeps it out. Held in at the line by Southern Illinois. They send it deep. Bodie trying to dig it out. Southern Illinois wins the puck in front and in the goal. Hawks answer right back. Southern Illinois back in front, 2-1. Big battle for the puck in the corner. Ice Hawks won it there. Skated to that near side post. Not exactly sure how that puck got bouncing up high in the air, but it did float over Rory's shoulder behind her and into the goal. Little bit of a chaotic goal there, but they all count the same. So Southern Illinois back in front. No tripping penalty there. Sam flips it back out to David at center ice. Puts on the brakes. Center to Leo. Here comes Jacob in support. All the way to the far post. David will be there in the corner. Hawks take it away. Over to Jacob, sends it back behind the goal. Leo's got it. Over to David. Centering, trying to find Sam in the slot. Couldn't get it to him. And now Hawks break through the blue line. Gavin gets back. And here's Jacob. Oh, wow. And here it goes through the crease. Big pile up into Kirkwood's goal. And David's leading the breakout. Hawks coming back the other way. Jacob flips it up the boards. Hawks steal it. Blocked in the face-off circle by Sam. Behind the goal to Jacob. Going up the other side. No, he turns it around. Behind his own goal. Looking at Leo. He was covered. Sends it up the center instead. It goes all the way back for Southern Illinois. And they send it long as well. Jacob hustling back. He's got pressure from the forecheck. Gets it up to Aiden. Bryson skating over to it. Leaves it for Sam. Over to Jackson. Aiden back to Jackson. Sends it low to Bryson centering. Nobody home. And Blake holds the line. Makes a move. Top of the slot. Low to Jackson. Shot centered. Oh, through the crease. Kirkwood couldn't get a stick to it. Jackson chases it down. Gets a shot on the near side post. Goalie is there. So Southern Illinois keeps its 2-1 lead with 1:09 to go here in the second period. Back on the other side, Jacob made a really heady play on defense. Looked like he had a chance to chase a puck into the corner, but he knew there was another Hawk behind him, so he let them have it in the corner so he could block the centering pass to the slot, which he did. Very smart play by the defenseman, Jacob Schultz, as Bryson sends it sharply through the crease. Kirkwood can't get a stick to it. Hawks come the other way. We're under a minute to go here in the second period. Hawks are in. Blake sends it up. Aiden can't get a stick to it. Now there's a penalty. Quite a bit of encouragement from the Southern Illinois crowd for the official there, making sure he blew that whistle. So another power play for the Ice Hawks. There's 30 seconds left in this period, and then they will have another minute with the man advantage to start the third and final frame. This is Bryson's third penalty of the game. I think he starts to get into hot water with a fourth, and I believe they're talking through that on the benches there. But Bryson can't take another penalty in this game without more severe consequences coming his way. Jaden on the draw for Kirkwood. This one gets all the way to Rory, hard off her pads. Loading up a wrister, deflecting it. Follow, Gavin gets over just in time. That was going to be a dangerous look on the rebound, but Gavin got a stick to it to break it up. And then Ice Hawks come back into the zone off sides. So just under 13 seconds left here in the second stanza. Jaden still on the dot for Kirkwood. Into the referee's skates. Jaden fights forward with it. Sends it deep caddy corner. And that'll do it for the second period. Hawks look content to take their 2-1 lead into the second intermission. Show you the board. So Ice Hawks officially will have 59 seconds left on the power play clock to start the third period, leading 2-1. Bryson will still be in the box on his third penalty of the game. Kirkwood has had some really good moments in this. It is Southern Illinois dominating the possession and the pressure, but Kirkwood has had moments of pushback, had some good looks at goal. It was some great effort and teamwork to earn their first goal of the game. That was Bryson winning the puck in the corner, going behind the goal, wrapping around for a centering pass to Aiden Lamb, wide open in the bottom of the slot, and he doesn't miss from there. That brought us level 1-1, but Ice Hawks had a quick answer of their own, winning the puck out of the corner deep. As they skated in short side, puck got bounced up high in the air over Rory's head, and when it landed, it was behind her in the goal. So a chaotic second goal for Southern Illinois, and they keep their 1-goal lead here into the final frame. It's Jaden Lowry in the face-off circle for Kirkwood. Will Dunbar on his left. Here's Blake skating forward, ripping a long shot, hard off the pads. This is Kirkwood shorthanded right now on the attack. Back to Bodie, into the slot for Will. It's back to Blake. He sends it in. 36 seconds left on the power play for Southern Illinois. Loading it up, long slapper. Had a lot of time and space over there. Probably would have done well to pause and get a wrist shot instead. But Kirkwood say thank you very much for rushing that one, as they've got 12 seconds left on the penalty. Hawks coming in, long shot goes high and wide. Bryson about to come out of the box. Kirkwood returns to full strength. Liam wins the puck, sends it up to Aiden behind everybody, turning on the Jets. makes a move and scores! Aiden Lamb! His second goal of the game, and we are level again. I didn't see exactly, but I think what happened there is Bryson came out of the box and went straight to the bench. Aiden jumps off the bench. He's waiting at center ice, gets the exit pass behind the defense, and at that point, you're not catching him. Fastest skater on the Kirkwood Stars. He turns on the burners and makes a move. Here's Kirkwood on the doorstep, looking for the go-ahead goal. Arm goes in the air. This is going to be against Kirkwood again. Penalties are starting to pile up against Kirkwood in this game. Looks like Liam going to the penalty box this time. So Hawks will have another power play. Two, same score as last night's final tally against these same two teams. 11:30 left in the game clock. This one flutters wide of the goal into the corner. Hawks get it to Rory's pads. Follow-up coming. Did she get her stick to that? My goodness, Rory Murray into the slot, through to the face-off circle. Leo fights it up. This is Kirkwood coming short-handed. Hawks coming back the other way on the power play. Battle up these boards below us. Now Hawks go to the weak side. Shooting, blocked in the slot by Gavin. Follow off the post. It stays out. We stay level. Hawks send it low, bouncing into the slot now behind the goal. Jacobs there for Kirkwood. Lifts it high and does get it out. 30 seconds left on the Southern Illinois power play. They're coming back again. Jackson breaking it up at center ice. David trying to get in there as well. Good stick by Jacob. Gavin back forward in the corner. Slapper coming from the wing. Rory closes the door. David, leak out pass to Jackson, one-on-one with the defender. Short-handed here, shooting high and wide. Kirkwood returns to full strength. We're tied 2-2 going into the final 10 minutes of this championship game. Blake battling for it, loses it to Southern Illinois on the wing. Turning it around, dumping it deep. Bodie lifts the stick. Sam has it in the corner. Up to David and out. David gets a stick to it. He's turning on the Jets. Puts the brakes on. Looks for a teammate. Switches it to Sam. Long shot off the pads. David dumps it down to Sam. Turning it around. Centering, only black jerseys are there. We've got an arm in the air and a star on the ice. It's Will Dunbar shaking some ice off his jersey as he gets up. Not sure the call here. Looks like a cross check. So now we get a penalty on the Ice Hawks. Rare power play for Kirkwood here in this game. It will be Liam Gale in the face-off circle for the Stars. Will on his left and Jaden on his right. Will looks like he's all right to keep playing here after getting shaken up on that penalty. Here comes Southern Illinois shorthanded. Big stick by Blake to break it up. Bodie with the exit. Turns it around to Blake, stops it at the blue line. Liam switches it to Will on the weak side. Gains the blue line. He's got his head up looking for a teammate. Fights through traffic. And Blake grabs the loose puck. It gets down to Jaden. Centering pass is broken up. Liam sends it low. Now Bodie. Over to Will on the wing. He gets it behind the goal. Jaden crashing for it back there. Jaden over to Liam. Looking for the centering pass. That's Will. Back to Bodie. His shot is blocked. And it's behind the defense. Here they come. Blake gets over to break up the rush. Will Dunbar coming down the wing. Broken up in neutral zone. Battle for it on the boards and a whistle behind the play. We have got 13 seconds left of power play for Kirkwood. Tied 2-2 here. Just under 8 minutes to go in this championship game of the Arctic Blast tournament here in Wentzville. Kirkwood breaks through off the face-off. Jacob holds the line, sends it deep. It comes back up the boards. It will leak out to center ice. Southern Illinois returns to full strength. We're level on the ice. We're level on the scoreboard. And Southern Illinois skates in off sides. We'll come back out to neutral ice for the face-off. So Aiden Lamb with both goals for Kirkwood in this game. And that second one is why he is so dangerous. Not only has the speed to break away, but also the finishing skill at the net. He is a high conversion rate on those breakaways. He knows how to make the moves in front of the goalie. That's a lethal combination for the Stars. He's got both goals here today in this 2-2 tilt. There he is now at center ice. Aiden Lamb skating through traffic, turning the corner. Still on the puck. Loose to Bryson. Aiden centering. Misses everybody. Gavin sends it back deep. Wrapping around Aiden there on the forecheck. Bryson chasing it to the far boards. Up and held at the line by Blake. That's Jacob. Gets it low to Aiden. Digging it out. That's Jackson Lowry. Team leader in points. Here's Bryson turning it around in the face-off circle, shooting wide of that far post. Gavin again sends it low. Tried to drop it back to him, but he didn't go there. And here's Icehawks on a breakaway. Slapper. Rory gets her stick to it. It stays out. Rory Murray does it again. Hard slap shot from the wing, denied by the Star goalie. Again off of Rory's pads. Jacob in the corner, sends it up and out. Southern Illinois reloads at center ice. Hawks back in the zone. Sent back out by Gavin. It does get across the blue line. Here's David breaking through on the wing. Trying to center it to his Star teammates in the slot. Couldn't get it to him. Hawks come the other way. Defense is back and waiting for them. Leo with a good stick to break it up. Here's Sam on the forecheck. Hawks switch it to the weak side. Finds a Hawk at center ice. Stolen away there by Bodie. Sends it in. Here's Sam on the forecheck with David. Hawks come up these near boards below us. Skating in. Face-off circle. Goes for the centering pass. Off of Bodie's skate in the slot. That looked dangerous from Southern Illinois. And here's Liam on the wing. One-on-one. He's got Sam coming with him. Makes a move and it slides just ahead of his stick to the goalie who covers. Little bit of a rush there. Liam coming one-on-one. Sam was coming down the other side trying to get to the slot for a centering pass. And the puck just was a little bit too quick ahead of Liam, who will take this face-off. 2-2. Tied up here with 5 minutes left in the championship game. Arctic Blast tournament from Wentzville. Here's a shot that gets deflected high into the opposite corner. Bodie at the blue line, sends it low. Hawks take it there. Exit pass goes off a skate and stays in the zone. Jaden's gonna send it deep. Wrapping around to Will. He gets to it. Into the corner, up the boards. Blake is there, strong on his skates to hold those boards. Turn around, Jaden finds Liam in the face-off circle. Hawks steal it there, skating it out. Bodie is back. Hawks trying to turn the corner. Backhand shot goes off of Rory's pads. Bodie drops it to Will. And nice exit pass to Jaden. He's got Liam with him. Long shot, softly off the pads. Has Jackson calling for it in the slot. Puck goes into the corner instead. Hawks digging it out, back to Gavin at the point. Jackson in the corner, looking for a pass. Working in tandem. That's the Lowry brothers back on the ice together. I like that pairing. They've been so good together in the offensive zone. As here, Hawks turn the corner, slide it through the slot to the other side, and Jackson finding Jaden at center ice. Still coming forward. Jaden gets a stick to it. There's Bryson crashing in. Hawks make a move. Slot, shot is blocked. Slapper off of Rory's pads. Bryson up the boards to Aiden. It leaks out to Jackson. Centering to Bryson. Gets the handle. Shot is blocked. Bryson again turning it around. Jackson fighting through traffic. And here come the Hawks with speed. Strong stick by Jacob. Breaks it up the rush. Bryson fighting forward. Aiden slaps it to the slot. Shot! Bryson scores! Kirkwood takes their first lead of the game. 3-2 with 2:27 left to go in the championship. Bryson gets the puck to his stick in the slot and sends it into the goal. Kirkwood takes their first lead. David takes this draw, fights forward. Blake back forward in the corner. Centering. Rory's got the door closed. Pressure from Sam. It goes back low. David's in the corner there. Digging it out with Blake on the ice. Back out to the point. Switch to the top of the slot. Shot comes low. Rory's there. Blake battling for it. David comes in to help. Hawks dig it out. Kirkwood gets a skate to it. David trying to dig it out. He does. And he goes hard into the boards. He'll draw a penalty. David Kukla taking the brunt of that one. So David digs it off the boards, works it over the blue line, takes a hard hit into the glass there, draws the penalty, and Kirkwood will have the man advantage for 1:30 with only 1:31 left in the game, leading 3-2. Liam will take this draw in the face-off circle on the power play. gets it over to Jaden behind the goal. Will is waiting for it on the wing. Chips it towards the middle. Sent around. Funky bounce off the corner. To Liam, shot off the side netting. Centering to Will, couldn't pull the trigger. Had a chance for a great shot there. Will is going to be called for a penalty here on the back check. They're going to call hooking. Will coming in from behind on that one. Kirkwood's not happy about the call. So, resetting here. It is 3-2 Kirkwood in the championship game of the Arctic Blast tournament here in Wentzville. Kirkwood was on the power play. There's a minute 1 left in the Southern Illinois penalty. Will Dunbar just got called for hooking at center ice, so he's in the box for a minute 30. Both of these penalties will take us to the end of regulation, so it's going to be 4-on-4 for the rest of this. Technically, there will be 1 second where the IceHawks have a man advantage, but effectively and practically, this is 4-on-4 hockey for the rest of regulation here. Kirkwood with their first lead of the game on the goal by Bryson. Aiden took a hard slap shot out of the corner to center it to the slot. Puck bounced around a bit and then got to Bryson's stick in the slot, and he buried it high into the corner. And that came after 2 goals by Aiden Lamb. Both of those were equalizers as Southern Illinois took a 1-0 lead in the first. Then Aiden tied it later, and Southern Illinois went right back in front within minutes, 2-1. Aiden tied it on a breakaway, turning on the Jets and showing also his finishing skill at the net, made it 2-2. We played even at that score, which was also the final score between these two teams last night, before Bryson found the go-ahead goal for Kirkwood. Looked like they were able to close out regulation on the power play. Will takes a penalty at center ice, and now we're even 4-on-4. Hawks still have their goalie in the net, but looking for them to maybe pull them at some point here to get an additional skater. Kirkwood wins the draw, but can't clear the zone. Now Aiden, strong on the stick, turns it around. He's got 2-on-1 here with Jackson on the wing. Aiden loses the puck. Jackson sends it low. 40 seconds left. Kirkwood leading 3-2. Skating 4-on-4. Pass to center ice coming in. Off of the leg. That's Gavin on defense. Centering pass picked off by Jacob. Gavin flips it forward. Intercepted by the IceHawks. Send it to the opposite corner. 17 seconds left. Kirkwood chips it out, empty net. Aiden's behind everybody. Hat trick for Aiden Lamb. Aiden Lamb with a hat trick in the championship game. That should all but do it. Kirkwood leads 4-2 with 8 seconds left. Kirkwood got the clearance. Aiden again showing his speed, chasing after the loose puck, getting on it and getting behind everybody for the easy tap in to complete his hat trick. And Jackson wins the faceoff, gets it deep, takes a shot into the glove, and that will do it. Kirkwood Stars are your Arctic Blast 12U Peewee champions. What a battle it was, chasing the game almost the entire way. pulling in front late and sealing it with the hat trick. These two teams battled to a 2-2 draw last night to finish off group play. It was the result Kirkwood needed to get through, needed a tie or better. They did that. And then Southern Illinois got the result it needed in the other late game to secure its spot here in the final. Kirkwood was chasing that one as well. Again, Southern Illinois getting the first period lead on a power play goal. David Kukla equalizing in the second. It's going to be Southern Illinois getting their second place medals here. So David equalized. Southern Illinois back in front. Then Liam Gale pulled us level last night, and that scoreline held. Today was a very similar script, with Southern Illinois dominating possession and pressure early, eventually breaking through for the first period lead, 1-0. Aiden Lamb equalizes, but IceHawks answer back right away, leading 2-1. Then Aiden Lamb, that first goal he scored, Bryson found him in the slot, wrapping it around, centering to a wide open Aiden Lamb, deep in the slot for the shot and goal. Second goal for Aiden was a breakaway where he showed his deadly combination of speed and finishing skill. That speed earns him a lot of breakaways, but he converts at a very high rate. He knows how to move a goalie around, how to move the puck around, and get the shot he needs to score. He does that to pull us level again, 2-2. Bryson buried goal number 3 on a very similar looking play to the first one for Kirkwood. As now Kirkwood will come get their first place medals. Bryson, this time it was him camped out in the slot, and Aiden returning the favor, centering to him, and Bryson buried a very similar looking shot to Aiden's first goal to give Kirkwood its first lead of the game deep into the third period. IceHawks were making a ferocious push as Aiden Lamb, Mr. Hattrick, gets his medal. Now Blake skating forward, but again, Aiden showing off his speed as the puck leaked out into the neutral zone, and Aiden was first to it, skates behind the defense and taps in his hat trick. I know I've harped on this a lot, but just in case anyone's tuning in for the first time, this Southern Illinois IceHawks team is an A2 team that got moved up from A3 in the declaration process. So they did. Kirkwood and Southern Illinois. Rory Murray, gotta be your tournament MVP right there. I know Aiden has the championship game hat trick, but if you're looking at the entire tournament, it is Rory Murray who should be your MVP. Just brilliant performance, one after another. Had so many big saves even here today. Every game she was a hero. But yeah, Kirkwood and Southern Illinois never played during the declaration process, but it was Missouri Hockey making the call to move them up from Kirkwood's A3 division up to A2. So that's a pretty clear signal from the authorities at hand that they thought this Southern Illinois team was a cut above Kirkwood and the rest of the A3 division. But Kirkwood certainly had several things to say about that. Playing to a 2-2 draw against them last night, and now winning 4-2 here in the championship game. They had to fight every bit for it, chasing most of the way in both games, surviving heavy pressure from their opponents, But that is why Rory Murray is my MVP for this tournament, is because she helped this star team weather the storm. It was an all-out barrage against them in the opening game against the Pekin Dragons. I've said it several times this weekend, even though Kirkwood won that game 5-2, a 3-goal margin, this might sound silly to say, but Rory really stole that game for Kirkwood in their tournament opener. That will give you an indication of just how many high danger chances she turned away for the Pekin Dragons, that I can very comfortably say that Kirkwood got outplayed and Rory just straight up stole that game for the Stars. Pitched a shutout in game 2 against the African Americans. Don't need to say much more than that for a goalie performance. And then last night and here today against the Ice Hawks, it was again spectacular save after spectacular save for Rory. Not just the routine, being in the right position at the right time, but having to react quickly, showing the reflexes, stretching out, scrambling, doing everything a goalie needs to do, showing off the full arsenal. Rory Murray, she has really coming into her own here. In fairness, I would say she had a bit of a transition period to the Peewee level. This is my 3rd season in a row watching her. We've had the luxury of David being paired with Rory this season and the previous 2. And just what a blessing that is to play on a team with a good goalie. I'll just say that. But wasn't the top form Rory Murray for the early parts of the season at times. I think she was adjusting to a different caliber of shot here at the new age tier. But since the calendar is turned over to 2026, it's not only the Rory we know and love, but an even better version. And that is a scary thing to say for all of Kirkwood's opponents. As you saw what she can do here in this tournament, if she holds this form for the rest of the season, look out. This Kirkwood Stars team can do just about anything when she's playing like that between the pipes. And then, of course, there is, on the attacking side, Aiden Lamb with his speed and finishing skill. It is a lethal combination at the other end as well. Those two partner up to complete the championship performance here for Kirkwood. Stars will head to Chicago next weekend for another tournament. Then it's back to league play and really locking in on the pursuit of the ultimate prize, that Blue Note Cup trophy. So it's going to be a fun end of the season. We'll cover it all for you live here on KSPN as we say goodbye from Wentzville.